So a little while back, I was talking about why Gucci, why? And Gucci Pour Homme came up. Thanks to one of you subscribers, I found a substitute.
I finally found what I'm missing, and now you got all my attention. Driving me wild, got me wishing that you were all mine. You're irresistible, so refreshing. You're irresistible. Tell the essence. I can feel your energy all over me. Close my eyes and I breathe in. You're irresistible.
Welcome back to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. I'm your host, Cam. Make sure that you're subscribed, activate that notifications bell, and follow us on Instagram at cam.byrd. A few weeks ago, I was in Asheville, North Carolina with Ashton from Gen Scents and Tommy from Studio Scents, and we were going over discontinued fragrances. Gucci Pour Homme was one of those fragrances. And I did make mention during the Gucci Pour Homme 2 review, and why Gucci, why? Because they've put these fragrances out that they've done away with. I actually got to smell Gucci Pour Homme, and my gosh, it was amazing. So I've got lucky. I've got some samples here, and immediately, it was all that. I got a few of them, so I've been whiffing up on these things. But y'all know that if you try to buy a bottle, you're looking at like 400. I saw 421 is the exact amount that I was seeing before I shot this video. So one of the subscribers said, you know what, dude, you need to try Bentley For Men Absolute. It smells just like Gucci Pour Homme. I was like, word? And I looked at fragrance.net and I bought it for $33.23. So I was like, I'm golden on that. So it's worth a shot just to see. And I actually saw, a few other people saying that too. Not a whole lot of talk about it. I mean, for the love affair that there is for Gucci Pour Homme, I am pretty darn shocked with how close this is very, 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 very close. Did I mention very close? And one of the reasons for it is perfumed by the same perfumer. Michel Almirac was the perfumer for Gucci Pour Homme 1, or Gucci Pour Homme. Well, I guess there wasn't a 1 until there was a 2. And he also was the perfumer for this Bentley. As soon as I sprayed this, it was like nostalgia, crazy, because I sprayed the Gucci on here and the Bentley on here. The opening especially is very, I mean, you can't detect the difference really. Now, as it dries down, the Gucci does seem like it's a little more well blended, but not to the point to where it would really matter all that much. Now, Gucci Pour Homme did leave a lasting impression on me, so it was sad for me to learn about that fragrance because I had never smelled it until here recently. So that was a fragrance that I actually missed out on, just slid under my radar somehow. My friend Kenny, the fragrance shark, actually did a video and was talking about it being one of his foundational fragrances, and he was telling me how awesome it was. And now that I know that there is a substitute for it at a much cheaper price. These little things right here, I actually got lucky. I think they're about $6 or $7, but like I said, I saw a full bottle for $421. There are people decanting like 5 mLs and they're charging about $30 doing it that way. So if you think about the price and if you think about how close this is, it's kind of a no-brainer. Now let's actually talk about this fragrance. On the opening, you're gonna get a lot of that Atlas cedar. You're gonna get some pepper in there. It's got a little slight smoky vibe to it. And as it dries down, that smokiness will subside. Now, it also has oud listed as one of the notes. So whether you're a oud fan or you're not a fan, I got good news and bad news. If you're an oud fan, you're not gonna get excited about this because I cannot detect any oud in here. If you don't like oud, good news. There's not any oud in here that can be detected. There's nothing animalic. It's basically like that same thing that everybody talked about with the original Gucci Pour Homme, with those pencil shavings, or it could be like walking through Lowe's or Home Depot in the lumber department like Tim the Toolman Taylor going, oh, 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 oh. Because that is definitely the type fragrance this is. It's very masculine, it's very manly, it's like a dry wood. So, I mean, if you don't like dry wood and spice and, you know, just a little bit of patchouli, you may not like this fragrance. But if you're a fan of Gucci Pour Homme, I'd bet my bottom dollar that you'll love this fragrance. As far as performance goes, I did do a side-by-side test, and Gucci Pour Homme and Bentley are pretty much neck and neck as far as that goes. I got about 7 hours of performance out of this. Now, as far as your projection, you're not gonna get like a ton of projection. It does sit, you know, kind of close to the skin, considering that it's like a, you know, a dark woody fragrance. It's not gonna project really loud. You're not gonna be intrusive. You could actually I won't say like spray super liberally with this, but you could easily get away with 4 or 5 sprays and probably not bother a soul. Now, of course, you're gonna have to be careful when you apply it. This is not a summer scent. It's definitely like a fall, winter, a cool spring night. Because of the black bottle, this does seem kind of like a, I mean, not because of the bottle, but the juice in here and the bottle, it kind of emulates like nighttime, or, you know, dressed up, sophisticated gentleman, you know, kind of got a little bit of a swagger about it, actually. It seems like something that a self-confident, well-dressed, or refined gentleman might wear. Now, that doesn't mean, you know, like if you're in your 20s, that you can't wear this. It's just a bit of a mature fragrance. If you like woody fragrances, if you like warm fragrances, if you like, you know, spice, warmth, wood, a little bit of patchouli, a little bit of smokiness, you definitely might want to give this a try. One thing I really do like about the fragrance, especially in the opening, you get that pop of ginger. Unfortunately, all that does start subsiding and getting close to the skin, but let's go ahead and go over the official notes. Bentley For Men Absolute was released in 2014. The top notes are ginger, pink pepper, and incense. In the mids, you've got sandalwood, atlas cedar, and papyrus. Base notes, you have musk, amber, and oud. And you're definitely gonna get that musk on that dry down. When it gets closer to the skin, you know, those notes start subsiding and getting close to the skin. You're gonna get mostly like that atlas cedar and musk. That's pretty much how it's gonna come when it's fully dried down. So I did mention what type of weather to wear this fragrance. Let me give you different situations that I personally would wear this. This would be a fragrance that I would wear out on a date or out to dinner. It could be worn casually. It definitely could be worn dressed up. I would lean more towards dressed up, but it could also be like one of these fragrances like going into the mountains of North Carolina and, you know, bundled up, toboggan, hanging out, you know, by a fire, get a cabin, something. That's the type fragrance that this really makes me think about. Just nice, cool weather, brisk, fire, wood, all that. That's what you're gonna get with this little gem right here. If you're looking to sample today's fragrance, go to www.myfragrancesamples.com. Enter our discount code CFR15 to get 15% off. If they don't have the fragrance that we're reviewing today, check. They have hundreds of brands, hundreds of choices, a free sample every time you order, lightning fast shipping, excellent customer service. If you find it cheaper somewhere else, let them know. They have a price match guarantee. Go to www.myfragrancesamples.com. So for those of you that have been hunting for Gucci Pour Homme and not wanting to drop $350, $400, $421, even if you have to pay $50 for this, it is definitely worth it in my humble opinion. Until next time, be disruptive, wear what you want, when you want, have fun. Subscribe to Carolina Fragrance Reviews, activate that notifications bell, smash that like button, leave some comments down below. We'll see you next time on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.